Hey friends, welcome back to the Rogue Educator, where we talk about all things education, wellness, and story. Today I am coming at you from my living room and my pajamas because quarantine. So I hope you are all staying safe and healthy and staying at home and just enjoying this time with your family as best you can. I'll be honest, I have been a little down in the dumps the last couple of weeks. We are going to hit 2 weeks of home quarantine tomorrow, and I have a 2.5-year-old and a 4-year-old, and let me tell you, there is a reason I send them to daycare and preschool part-time, because that's my village. And while I have an awesome partner, and he's fantastic and gives me as much space as possible in a situation like this, it's tricky and it's challenging, and I'm tired and he's tired, and thankfully my kids, are young enough, they don't really know what's going on a whole lot. And my daughter is super introverted, so I love staying home. Let's stay home all the time, Mom. Okay, anyway, so been down in the dumps, decided to start watching BookTube again, and I love BookTube. It seems to be a great community. There's always some awesome recommendations and energy in that community, and that's just what I need right now. So come to find out, the G over at Book Roast is hosting her OWLs Readathon again coming up in April. Now, I was sort of semi-aware of this readathon, but it is just landing at a perfect time right now. This is just the diversion that I need, and I am so excited to participate. And just the idea of getting lost in the world of Harry Potter again. I haven't read the books in a long time, but I have watched the movies more recently. Anyway, just getting lost in a reality that is totally different from the current quasi-dystopian thing that we got going on here in the world. Just sounds like the perfect thing I need right now. I explained it to my husband, and he laughed and said, "Oh, so it sounds just like a role-playing game for book readers." And I was like, "Yep, that's about right." So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to participate in the OWLs Readathon in April, and I have decided, well, first of all, if you don't know what that is, I will link the description video. No, I will link the explanation video in the description box below, so that if you want to participate, you can go listen to the original explanation, because it's a little complicated. But anyway, basically you pick from the guidebook, you pick a career, a magical career, and you study and take your OWLs exams for that particular area of study. And there's a whole guidebook, and the gal who designed it just did a beautiful job. It's just very aesthetic, it's very thematic, and I'm just really excited to get lost in this for the month of April. April's my birthday month, and we were supposed to go on a trip, but obviously that's been canceled. And I just this is my little treat to myself. I'm just gonna take my OWLs exams. So I have decided from the guidebook that I want to be a medal charmer, because I was like, I could be a Quidditch ref because I play lacrosse and I like coaching, or it could be, a librarian, or whatever, because that, books, duh. But I thought, well, I want to pick something that's super specific to a magical land and has really no carryover. I mean, I guess maybe welding, no carryover to my real life. So in order to take my OWLs for the medal charmer career, I need to take a class or take the test on ancient runes. So I have my handy guidebook here. So for ancient runes, we are studying the heart rune. So I was to pick a book with a heart on the cover or in the title. So I have picked Fangirl. This gonna come out backwards. This might come out backwards. We'll see. I picked Fangirl, and this is by Rainbow Rowell, and this is a book that I picked up recently in a little haul to a local bookstore. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I don't live there currently, but I went back on a trip in January and went to Powell's Books, which is one of the largest bookstores in the country, and picked out 10 books or some ridiculous amount for a one-stop shopping trip, and my dad ended up paying for all of it. So Hashtag blessed. My dad takes good care of me. Anyway, this is one of the books I picked up, and it's just about fan fiction and fandom and just all the things that my little side, geeky side and nerdy side love to get into. So I've never been like a super fan but I have specific fandoms that I'm kind of into. So I'm excited to read this. It's about fandom. It's about growing up. It should be a nice, fluffy, light read. I'm excited. Okay, then I need to take a class, a class in arithmancy. And for this, we're studying the magical qualities of the number 2, so balance and opposites. And I am to read something outside of my favorite genre. Well, this was tricky because I don't really have a favorite genre. I tend to be a very mood-driven reader, and I read all over the place. Classics, contemporaries, science fiction, fantasy. I'm all over the place. But anyway, for this one, I picked a book that has been on my TBR forever, and I picked The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. And this is about the woman who, what was it? I know. So she was a poor black tobacco farmer whose cells, taken without her knowledge in 1951, became one of the most important tools in medicine. So this would be kind of like journalistic, like scientific, that kind of style. So I'm excited to get into this. It's not a genre that I have read in a long time, so excited to pick it up. All right, next up we have Charms, and I'm to read a book with a white cover. So for this one, I picked An Abundance of Catherines by John Green, because this is one of the few John Green books that I have not read. I am a huge fan, and my name is Catherine. So a friend recommended this to me years and years ago. Again, it's been on my TBR forever, and I just haven't gotten to it, but it's got a nice white cover, so I'm going to get to it in April. Let's see, next we have Defense Against the Dark Arts, and we're studying Grindylows, so I need to choose a book set on the sea or at the coast. And for this I picked Daughter of the Pirate King. I don't know a lot about this, but I think it's going to be a quick-ish read. I think it's a little action-packed, a little bit of romance, or a lot of bit of romance actually, if it's the book I'm thinking of. But I've had this for a while as well, and seems to be a perfect fit for studying Defense Against the Dark Arts. And then I am to pick two. Wait, there's one more. Okay, Transfiguration. That was the other required one. And this is a book or a series that includes shape-shifting. So somebody somewhere recommended the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, which I have never read, but my husband raves about. So evidently there is some maybe shape-shifting in here. So we'll find out. But anyway, this is a little bit science fiction-y, a little bit fairy tale retelling, and it looks really good. I didn't want to pick all really heavy books or all really light books, so I was going for kind of a mix. Okay, so those were all the required classes, and then I was to pick two more of my own choice. So I'm picking Herbology, in which I need to pick a book that the title starts with an M. So this is a book called Message in a Body, and I think it's a little bit of a autobiography and spiritual journey kind of book. And I love stories of people growing in their faith, and just transforming themselves and being transformed, and then kind of what they choose to do with their life after an experience like that. So I'm excited to read this one as well. And then lastly, I'm going to read a book from Muggle Studies, and this is a book from a perspective of a Muggle, so contemporary or something like that. And again, I picked kind of a memoir-y kind of story. This is called The Lost Continent by Bill Bryson. And the subtitle is Travels in Small Town America. I don't think you get much more muggly than that. So that's what I'm going to read for Muggle Studies. For this readathon, you also have the option of maybe doing a double major, I guess, or taking some kind of seminar add-on class. And there were several options that look appealing. However, like I said, I have a 2.5-year-old and a 4-year-old who are home with me full-time right now. So I feel like the reading load is already a little bit ambitious for a month's worth of reading, which is why I tried to pick some that were a little more action plot focused. And I would like to maybe do one of the other ones, but I'm not sure. So that will probably just show up at the end of April. I will let you know if I was able to accomplish anything extra. Okay, so that about does it for this video. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And go check out Book Roast's original explanation video and maybe pick a magical career for yourself. And let me know in the comments if you are planning to participate and what career you've chosen for yourself and maybe the book you are looking most forward to. All right, that does it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.